From the conflict in DRC, let's turn our attention to the war in Sudan. The conflict between the Sudanese army and paramilitaries is raging on, and it's the latest epicenter in an oil field. We are talking about the Heglig oil field in Sudan's Kordofan. It lies near the border with South Sudan. Earlier this week, the Sudanese paramilitary RSF took control of the strategic oil field, forcing the Sudanese soldiers and oil workers to flee the area. Following the capture of the Heglig oil field, South Sudan has now announced a deal with Sudan's warring sides. The South Sudanese military has sent its troops to guard the oil field after a tripartite agreement was reached between South Sudan's President Salva Kiir, Sudan Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, and RSF head Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo. The military also said that the Sudanese forces and RSF would withdraw, leaving South Sudanese troops in charge of the area. The South Sudanese military added that Sudanese troops that had surrendered to them after fleeing Heglig were safe and will soon be taken back to their country. Juba said that the deal was important to avoid the destruction of the strategic oil field. Just a day after the RSF captured the oil field, the Sudanese armed forces carried out a drone strike near the area, killing dozens of people. Thousands of civilians from Sudan have also crossed the border into South Sudan to escape this fighting. The capture of Heglig has been a big blow to both Sudan and South Sudan. This is because the site is critical for Sudan's foreign exchange earnings, and it houses the main processing facility for South Sudanese oil, which makes up the bulk of the country's public revenues. Landlocked South Sudan relies entirely on Sudanese pipelines to export its oil, and has seen production repeatedly disrupted by this conflict, worsening its economic crisis. Heglig's capture is the latest in a string of RSF territorial gains. This includes the October fall of North Darfur's capital El Fasher and the Sudanese army's last stronghold in Darfur. The war between the Sudanese army and paramilitary began in April 2023. It has killed tens of thousands of people, displaced around 12 million, and triggered multiple famines. Both sides face allegations of atrocities. Despite a truce deal proposed by the US, Egypt, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, peace remains elusive in Sudan. The conflict is also worsening its neighbour, South Sudan's economic crisis. Will the latest agreement between South Sudan, the Sudanese army and the paramilitary hold?
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?